Hello everyone, this is Jonathan with Resale World, and this is a video on how to use the Liberty Photo app with Android. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the Liberty Photo app. It's usually located on the home screen of our Android device. We can also swipe up from the bottom on certain Android phones and open the Liberty Photo app from here. Depending on which Android phone you have or Android device that you have, you may use a different method to get to this screen. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the Liberty Photo app now. And then from here, we can type in our username and our password. Also, if we want to remember this information, and we can click or tap the sign in button here. Once we are in, we can search for our items by putting in the account-item number of the item, or we can scan a barcode of the item, and I'll show you both methods. So the first method I'm going to go over is using the account-item number on the tag. So right now, I'm just going to type in 1-5 and then do a search. So as you can see, it pulled up a Tomboy t-shirt that has 0 images. If I tap the barcode feature here, I can then scan my tag with the Interleave 205 barcode that is on the tag. So we just pop the tag in front of the scanner or in front of the camera, and it will go ahead and bring up that item as well. So definitely very useful if you have multiple items in front of you. I'm going to tap the back button here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the first item that we first entered in, and that's this Tomboy t-shirt. So as you can see, we have 0 images that are on this item attached. To take an image or to take a picture of the item or multiple pictures, we tap the camera icon at the top left, and then we can go ahead and take our picture. So the camera icon at the bottom here is what we use to take the photo. And once we tap that, you'll notice it's a freeze frame picture. We can then change the exposure level, the brightness, or the contrast to basically brighten or darken the image as we see fit. Other features that are included here is the ability to crop the picture. So if I click the crop symbol at the bottom left here, I can then drag a box around to indicate exactly what I want to include in my picture. I drag the corners to make the box smaller, and I can position that over what I want to take from the image. I'm not going to crop anything, but if you wanted to, you can hit the crop button when you're done adjusting the box. Right now I'm going to tap the back button. Once I'm happy with my image, I can either hit the check mark to accept the image, or I can hit the X button here to retake the image. So I'm going to hit the check mark here. Now I'm ready to take another picture. You can tell there's a done symbol here with a parentheses 1 to indicate that I already have one picture taken. I'll take another picture. And I'm pretty happy with this. I don't need to crop it. I'll just check mark it as well. Once I'm done taking my pictures, I hit the done button at the bottom right. And then I have both of my images here. I can also edit my images if I want by tapping on any of the images in the area here. So I'll just tap my first image. And I'm taken back to another screen where I can crop this image again. I can change the exposure, change the brightness, the contrast, or I can rotate my image if I want. So I'll go ahead and talk about this long watermark that I have here. It's just because my store name is pretty long. You can actually put a watermark on your images for your purposes if you want. So I'm going to save this because I didn't want to make any edits. Another important thing to note is that you can import images from other sources. So if I tap the import button here, I'll be taken to a place where I can select my Google Drive, I can select my Google Photos, or I can select images that are already in memory on my phone. This is a very powerful feature to pull from other places. Maybe if everybody is taking pictures and they all go to Google Drive, you can imagine you can see everybody else's pictures as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the back button because I don't want to select any images that are already here. From this screen, we can also delete our images if we don't like an image. So if I click the delete button here, I'll be given a selection option to select which images I don't want. I can just check mark this and hit the delete button and it will go away. Don't want to delete anything yet, so I'll hit cancel here. I'm going to go over the settings of this app so that you can see what else can be changed. So if we tap the menu button at the top right here, we can go to settings. So we have cropping settings. Right now it's set to square. Square is just the way that the picture is oriented. It'll look exactly like a square. And this is typically what Shopify does like to use. So you can use the square option. If you hit none, it'll keep the original dimensions of whatever your camera actually output it at. Your compression level determines the file size. So a low compression level equals a higher quality picture, where a higher compression setting makes that image smaller. It allows you to fit more on your phone. The Save New Images to Camera roll, if you have this set to no, as soon as you take your picture and attach it to the item, it will not be saved on your Android phone or Android device. If you hit yes, any pictures you take through the app will be saved to your camera roll for later viewing if you don't want to attach them to your items, but you still want to see them on your phone. I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button here. I'll click the three dots so I can show the other options. You have watermark settings here. And what the watermark settings does is it allows you to put your text on the photo so that when your pictures appear on your site or somebody clicks on your images, it'll have your store name on them. It basically just makes it so that other people can't use your images, or it just kind of gives a much more personal effect to your images if you want to do that. The other options we have is we can change the text positions here, top left, bottom left, so on and so forth, even in the middle. You can change the opacity to where it's not too filled in, so you can see right through the logo or see right through the text. And then this will change the size of the actual text that you have on your images. So obviously my text was too long, so I'm just going to change this to state of mind consign. And that should shorten that up a bit. If we make it too long, it'll actually cut off on the picture, so we want to make sure we shorten that up. All right, I'm done here. I'm going to hit the back button and go back to my settings bar at the top right again. We can go to server info here, and here's where we can actually change where our Android is connecting to. So very important, if you're changing your server computer, you can go here to change what your IP address is of that server, and also your authentication key if you make a new one. So this is just to kind of redirect or reassociate your connection from your Android to your new server if you need it. So I don't need to validate a new server. I'm going to hit my back button on my Android here. To sign out of the application altogether, if you don't want to be signed in, we can hit the three dots here, and then we tap sign out. And that's going to take us back out to that login screen. So now that I'm done taking these images, I can tap my finish button. It's going to ask you, would you like to mark this item as a web item now? So very cool. If your listing manager is set up to automatically list items, if you hit yes on this, it'll go to whatever marketplaces that you have set in listing manager. So really all that means is if you have Shopify or ShopRW checkmarked, it's going to shoot straight to the web for you. If you don't have them checked, a separate web item entry person can enter in these items or look at the listings in Listing Manager, add the listings, and then send them up then. Another point to make is that if you have eBay or eBay Buy It Now, it will create the listings in Listing Manager, but they will not go up automatically to eBay. It's for a very specific reason. Your eBay items do require to be touched up a little bit before they can be sent up. So that's a given. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And now those images are attached to that item in Liberty. It's simultaneous and very quick. If I wanted to double check on that item, since it's not in this list anymore, I can go ahead and re-search for it by doing 1-5 or scanning the barcode. I can hit search. And now when I look at the item, it has two images attached. So I'm going to open up this item, and there's our images that we had attached earlier. This was a video on how to use the Liberty Photo app for Android.